Are we live?
We are live. Welcome to the Jaywalkers. I'm Jason.
And I'm Jacob. Jason, you're not in the second camera, dog.
No, that one's pointed to you. It's all good.
What?
Yeah, I was going to turn this one for me a little bit. Give it a more kind of natural look to it.
Bro, I feel like it's
our new setup.
You think so? I feel like we should be in both, bro.
It's a little hard to be in both, though. You know, feel me? Like, because if I lean back, it's going to be a little bit hard to do both. So.
Wait, just scoot this way.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I wanted to do this.
You want to get close to me, dog? Come on, bro.
You got to be that close, bro? Nah, I think it's chill right now.
All right. We good.
Oh, my tea. I made some tea too. All right. Well, once again, welcome to the podcast, or the live stream, I should say. Today we are going to talk about the beginning, and in the beginning, we're going to talk about a lot.
What's the word?
Was the word? Yes. All right. So.
And the word was with him.
All right, so the first thing we wanted to talk about today was we wanted to talk about a Bible verse we both thought was relatable to both of us. And let me just pull it up really quickly.
Yeah.
So it said in Proverbs 16:9, the heart of the man plans his way, but the Lord establishes his steps. What does that mean to you, Jacob?
Read it again. Sorry, my bad. I was literally pulling up the stream on my phone.
The heart of man plans his way, but the Lord establishes his steps.
But the Lord establishes his steps.
Yes, what does that
and
mean
it's Proverbs 16:9. Okay.
Proverbs 16:9.
What does this mean to me? It means that you've taken the steps to initiate something in your life, whatever that may be, if it's directed towards your goals, your aspirations. Maybe it's getting up and going to work or working on something that you really enjoy. And as long as you put some kind of effort towards it, whatever that may be, however much effort you do put in it, God's going to help you along the way, and he's going to help you flourish if you have the right intentions. I don't know. That's kind of what it means to me.
Right. And I fully agree with you. I think if, the way I took it is I came in not knowing what I was going to do with my life, and then kind of like, I guess I kind of was like trying to look at it like, okay, like what can help me make the most, money at the time. So
when did you feel like you didn't know what you wanted to do with your life?
So I would say high school.
High school. That was the only time you ever felt like truly lost.
I think as a when you're in elementary, kind of going with the flow, with just doing that what everyone else is going to tell you to do. So you look at the cool jobs for like firefighter, police officer. Everyone thinks those are cool jobs, as a kid.
Right.
But then as you grow older, you got to realize like what do you actually want to do. And like high school, I was really lost, and I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Right.
And then I would say a little bit in college, I was like, is this really for me? Well, I was already kind of so deep into the game where I was like, I got to continue with this. And then,
bro, I contemplate everything
all the time.
I don't know. I don't want to say all the time.
Like every day, you're just like, is this really what I want to do?
No. I think it's more like, is this enough? I think that's what it is. I think
the answer to that question is I don't think it's ever going to be enough for us. I think we want to aspire for more, but I mean that's a good goal to have because we want to continue to grow.
Right.
As men. So, but I guess in your terms of like with the career that I'm in now, the only times I've ever been lost with like I guess not having a vision or purpose or not a purpose but like a vision was like
when you were younger,
and then a little bit while I was at my old job. It was like because I was like kind of not doing engineering work at the time, so I was a little lost then. Like, okay, I was like, am I going to be working in the lab my whole life, or am I not? So
right.
I was like, I felt a little stuck.
Real quick, do you want to move? Do you want to sit back or you want to stay forward?
No, I'm going to stay forward.
Because I feel like you want to look at me and then you have to talk in the mic and then look at me and then talk in the mic.
Probably look in the camera most of the time. But,
okay.
But yeah, so yeah, that's the only times I felt lost. How about yourself? Have you felt lost?
Yeah, man. All the time. I mean, I think
in terms of like not like I guess is this enough, but like you didn't know like what you wanted to do.
Yeah. So I don't know, when I was young and I was in high school, I considered myself a smart guy. Like I did well in my classes.
Mhm.
There are some things that I didn't like, and there are some things that I did.
Mhm.
And I had good role models with my father and my mother. They
Right.
were really good examples of hard work for me,
Mhm.
of hard workers. And then also not only my parents, but I would say my sister too was really good at school, or she had a really good work ethic. So all that was able to guide me and help me kind of make a decision.
Right.
And I was able to recognize what I was good at, and I said, all right, if I'm good at this, I would in turn be good at engineering. And then it was up to me just what type of engineering.
Mhm.
And I had always been kind of interested in electronics, and like I always thought to myself, oh, maybe one day I could design like motherboards for like gaming systems and stuff.
Right.
And that's what I was into. And then I had my uncle, which is my mom's brother. He was an electrical engineer for Boeing, which is a
Airplane company.
airplane company. Yeah,
Right.
they design other stuff, but mostly airplanes.
They're not for airplanes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and he was a power supply engineer. So he basically had me make, I think, a circuit one time. My dad and I made a couple other circuits, and I just was like, all right, this is sick. This is what I want to do.
Mhm.
And I mean, when you get into like school, things change, obviously,
Right.
you know. But yeah, I would say I had a pretty good idea, and it wasn't until like life hits you
Mhm.
in other ways that you start to doubt yourself, like relationships, along the way, friendships. Maybe you meet other people that do other
Or,
things.
like hardships in general.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Or it could be good things too.
Yeah, good
But
things
I feel,
too.
I feel like
Change perception all the
yeah,
time.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of times, for at least for me, it was a lot of hardships that was happening for me that was like made me consider changing it.
Okay, give me an example of
For
a hardship.
example, well, when I was because during college I was working 2 jobs and going to school full time at the same time, and dude, my GPA was tanking bad.
Tanking, yeah.
So-
I kind of remember like during that time where you were spread pretty thin,
Yeah,
and you were
spread
taking a shit ton of units.
Yeah, I was taking 20 units, bro. So,
Yeah, bro, you're crazy.
Oh, it was nuts, and working 2 jobs, and I ended up reaching a point in my life where it was like, it's either gonna be like I was like so far in the game, I was like 2 years into college,
Right.
and I was already mostly done with my GEs, but I was also messing up in a couple of those classes, so my GPA, started tanking because of that.
So that made you question yourself.
It made me question myself, yes, like
Okay.
my capabilities, and it made me realize like, okay, like because back in high school, bro, everything came easy for me, so like it was like didn't really have to study, had a lot of friends, so we helped each other out all the time, and from there it was like how like my transition into college, it wasn't as smooth as it should be, and so I struggled a lot. So once I guess I got to a crossroad, I should say, and yeah, I was like, man, is engineering really what I want to do? It's like I was kind of deep in the game, but at the same time not too deep. But I was like, man, I can't give up too at the same time, because I was like,
Right.
man, I'm not gonna quit. Like I don't give up that easily.
And what made you choose engineering in the first place? Because I kind of told you how I chose it. What made you choose it?
Well, it's kind of similar to you, but I was, sophomore, junior year, I was kind of, trying to, talks about career, future, and trying to figure it out. And I was listening,
Right.
Had a lot of, friends who, were smart and, went to college as well.
And they did engineering too?
Not really, they did not, only a couple did engineering, but, they were talking, they're like, oh yeah, I want to do this, I'm going to go to med school, I'm going to go do this, I'm going to go do this, and go do this. And, I don't know, I was kind of looking at, things, and I was like, okay, I'm good at science and math, and I understood it. And I wasn't too fond of English. I did not like English.
I hated English too, bro.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what? If I
always felt I needed to try it English though. I definitely felt like
you have to try. Like,
yeah,
try harder,
I was like, damn, I have to try hard in this class because I don't like it, and
yeah, it
I
didn't
want
come
to.
natural. That's
Yeah,
all. And so I struggled with English a lot. So English literature and reading and writing, I definitely did not enjoy that. So I was like, okay, I want to be an engineer, and I was super into like wildlife. I'm still super into wildlife.
Right,
so
right.
When I was like kind of going through San Diego State's programs, I saw they had environmental engineering, and I had no idea what the hell that meant. So I was like, you know what? Kind of was just like, screw it.
So you kind of just like did something related to nature, I guess,
and then with principles of engineering too.
With engineering, yeah.
So I was like, yeah, you know what? Let's go with that one. Select that one, and ended up completing it. There was a lot of hardships in my career too, but I'm grateful to be where I'm at now, and I'm trying to progress, and I think it comes back to, like you said, is this enough? And obviously we would want more to because we want to be successful. That's why we're doing things like this, and pushing each other to be better men, going to the gym, just little things like that. But I guess what I want to talk about is kind of like when I look at other people who didn't go to school, people our age, and they're working the minimum wage jobs, and they're unhappy, or still living with mom and dad, or
man, what you got against mom and dad?
it just or they
hey man, you weren't there that long ago.
Yeah, I was not there that long ago, but I guess I should say is complacent with life, working that easy minimum wage job.
Yeah.
How do you think they get stuck in doing that?
Doing their jobs?
Just their minimum wage jobs, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they were kind of in the same boat that we were a long time ago, where they didn't really know what they wanted, or maybe they didn't have the opportunities that we did. Right. And we're kind of, what? I think a lot of people want money off the bat. Yeah. That's what I think. I mean,
yeah, and that's what like what we started off with with that Bible verse. It's like what I initially thought when I got into engineering was like, okay, this is gonna make me good money,
Right.
And it's making me decent money, but it's not.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I never thought about money like that until I made some. Mm-hmm. Like even when I got my first job, I didn't really care what the paycheck was, as long as I was doing something. I just wanted to do something.
Right. Instead of having that, fast food industry.
Right. And my parents, I think they definitely were like, oh, you have to make good money. But I don't know. I never really thought about it. I was just like, I'm just going to try hard in whatever I do. And I'm going to try really hard at it, and do my best. And if money comes along with it, I'll be glad. Right. It wasn't until later now that I'm like, I want to make good money. Like, I want to make as much money as possible. I want to have different sources of money and different streams of income. But I definitely wasn't thinking that, and I didn't see it. Like, there wasn't many people that I know that had different streams of income, and now I feel like you see on social media, or I don't know if there's a couple people that I know now, like my cousin or something, where he has multiple streams of income and different ways he sources, and I don't know if that was really a thing when we were young. Like,
because what in school all they taught you was you have to
get a job, and that's it.
Be a good job, and get a career, and you'll be okay. Instead of living a good life, or if you want to live a good life, it takes a little bit more extra work.
Right.
Or it takes longer, or you have to build from that. So you kind of drill in your head in school. Just be a good little worker, and be good little someone who listens. And where you are, and that's where we're at, right now. And this is conversations that we constantly have is like, how do we get out of this just being we want to be our own bosses at the end of the day.
Yeah. I definitely want to be my own boss. I do. I'm comfortable right now learning from others. I like having mentors and people that are still above me in a way.
Right.
I just don't want them to kind of dictate how much money I'm gonna make or my life, but I'd like to learn from them.
Or dictate your worth, too.
Yeah. Sometimes there is a fine line between employee and employer, and So I mean, you've been in it. Like sometimes you have had a relationship with your boss, and you're like, "Damn, this is a great boss." And then you've had other relationships where you're like, "Wow, like this is definitely a very just it is what it is type of relationship, and we have to be cool with it. And I'm gonna just do my job when I'm here." So both I think you can learn from in different ways. You know.
Yeah, I think what I'm learning from my current job versus my last job was it's more focused on how much of a resource you are to the company. In that terms is like how profitable can you be for the company? You know, are you not eating up a lot of the company's time? Are you versus we used to have a government job, and it was kind of hey, this is the same task, keep doing the same routine task, and it's not really focused on being profitable, but making sure we met our requirements and met everything else, which is a lot different, and it took a lot of adjustment for me because the workload was definitely a lot faster, a lot more. You have to be more efficient, and but I felt like I was already an efficient person when I was working on my other job because I wanted to grow so much at my old job, but I started reaching a stagnation point there, and that's when I started realizing, hey, this job isn't enough. This job's not going to cut it for me in terms of engineering, because I wasn't an engineer at my old job. So, that's why I wanted to. You
were close to the field that you wanted to be in, though.
Yes,
right.
Yes, I was really close to the field I wanted.
It was just them giving you the opportunity.
Yeah, the opportunity wasn't presented. And I really enjoyed working for that company. I had great relationships.
That's what I'm saying. You had your bosses that you really appreciated, and
good relationships. Good work culture. People knew about my life and how I was doing, and they asked about everyone. They asked about my friends, my family, and just prayed for me and stuff like that. Just the little things in life. So that was super nice. I had good relationships.
What advice would you give to somebody coming up on starting to work, like your younger brother Jerry, or somebody in that same situation where they're approaching adulthood, right? They're getting almost out of like the end of their teen years, where they have to start making decisions for themselves.
I guess understanding that the how and the why in any job that they do. The why is more, I feel like, is more important, but then learning the how is the next important thing. It's crazy because I was just teaching Jerry on math the other day, and he was like, "Oh, Jason, like, just do it for me, man. Just do it for me." I'm like, "No, bro. How are you gonna learn, bro?
Shout out Jerry.
Yeah, shout out Jerry. You definitely learned a lot. Since the last time we talked about your math homework. But he was doing this calculus problem, and then so I did an example with him. I walked him through it on how I did it, and then the next step was letting him do it, and then so he was like, begging me for the answer. "Oh, Jason, just do it for me. Just do it for me." I was like, "No, Jerry." I was like, "How do you do it?" Okay, why? And then he would do it, and then I'm like, "Okay, why'd you do that?" And then why would that work, or why wouldn't that work?
Right.
And then he started, after a couple questions of doing that, he realized, it's just the same, with math, it's just the same process over and over again. So just using the same steps or you finding out which step works for you, and the biggest thing I could taught him was, how do you make the problem simpler? And that's how I like to look at my any problem I face in life is like, okay, there's all these problems happening, how can I make this break this problem down and make it a little bit more simple for me to understand, or make it more simple for me to approach, so I can start tackling that problem one by one. So that's the advice I would give. What advice would you give?
I would tell them to pursue something that makes them happy.
Man, that's what everyone says.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it's valid. But the something that makes you happy, make sure that the work that you put into it, you'll get something out of it.
Right. So
because there's
it's
a lot.
Not like what he's saying is don't just be like, oh, I'm gonna.
Yeah. Don't do it for nothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a freelance worker, but not put in, do all this work, but not put it out there.
Do everything with purpose, right? So because I think a lot of people, I don't. If I say that right, then people are gonna be like, oh, I'm just gonna do what makes me happy, and I'm gonna I don't know. I'm just gonna, if you're a surfer and you like to surf, I'm just gonna go surf. You know, if you realize that you're maybe not the best surfer in the world, you're not gonna get any
Like
deals or
professional, yeah.
professionalism out of it. You know, maybe be realistic. So okay, that's another one. All right, be realistic, right? But do what you love and then do it with purpose, right? And then do the thing that you do what you love. Like I said, try to make sure that you can have something out of it, right? Whether it's things that you value, yeah, relationships, family. Maybe you value just the outcome of the work itself, like a reflection. Your work is a reflection of yourself, and you can show it to people, or you can be proud of it. If your work is not something that you can like actually be proud of or like show to somebody, is it worth actually doing? You know,
right?
I would say I enjoyed going to college. There is a part of me that's like, wow, I'm in debt. I took out student loans, right? I have to pay back a sum of money over the span of my lifetime, but I think it helped shape me a little bit and make me a little bit more branched out, right? I got to kind of come into my own and be a person of my own and develop more personality.
Would you say that you mentioned earlier that, you know, you had kind of guidance to get you to where you are? You know, you had like your sister, your family. Would you say that your parents kind of pushed you to go to college, or
if I wanted to? I think my parents try to stress it more for me and my sister, mostly because my brother didn't go. My older brother didn't go. I don't think they pushed him as hard. I think they were more like, yeah, if you go to, we think you should go to school, but you can pretty much, you know, if you're happy doing what you're doing or you have a plan of action,
right?
You know, by all means. And I think what ended up happening to my brother is he didn't have maybe the best plan of action. Like he had this plan of his, which was to, you know, marry his girlfriend and start his life right away, but maybe didn't think about the way to support that foundation as much, because and that comes from like a financial point of view, but it also comes from like a spiritual point of view, right? If you have if you don't have Jesus in your life, or if you don't have like a good foundation spiritually or good foundation financially, and then maybe even emotionally, I can't say for my brother, but I just know that it was more of a struggle for him, at least from my point of view. I mean, he might have had a grand old time. I've talked to him about it a little bit, but as far as me and my sister go, I had a good role model in my sister, and I got to model a lot of what I did after her, and she was very successful.
So Angel left a comment. He said, "Peanut for president." He said, "We'll donate $8 if Jacob takes off his shirt."
All right. I'll
Kevin
take off my
says,
shirt.
"What's up, Jaywalkers?"
Yo.
What's up, Kevin? How you doing?
Damn, bro. Y'all tune in now. I was literally on the fucking spam this whole time.
And then Mara says, the one on the left is so handsome. Thank you, baby. I appreciate that.
Low key, I'm on the left in real life, though.
Yeah, he is.
I just
He's the left of me right now.
All right, Angel, should I take my shirt off?
He said he's gonna donate $8.
All right, Angel, I'm gonna take my shirt off.
All right, we gotta play some sexy music. We gotta play some sexy music.
Angel, bro. Angel got on here. Bro, I had this deep ass conversation with Angel. I was wondering who you said Angel, and I was like, who's Angel, bro?
Yeah, he left a comment on our previous video too, which
Peanut
was
for
awesome
president.
too.
Yo, do you know why they said Peanut for president?
Why do they say Peanut for president?
Because when I was in high school, they called me the Peanut.
Why, do you look like a peanut?
I guess I did in high school.
I could kind of see that.
All right, I don't think I'm gonna take my shirt off though. Should I take it? Nah, it's too cold, bro. It's freaking. It's cold.
Oh, you're missing $8.
My my nips will show. Should I do it for a second? I'll do it for a second. Why not?
All right, why not?
And then Kevin said, "What? What up, Jay?"
I'm sexy. And I know
This is
I'm too sexy for my shirt. Kevin says, "What's up, Jaywalkers?"
Kevin said, "What's up? What's
Yeah.
up, Kevin?"
He's gonna flex for the stream real quick. He's gonna show the jig gains.
This is it, right? Just that's it, right? You said take off the.
That was a jack. He said it takes off his shirt.
All right. Hold on, one second.
I'm sexy and I know it. Flex on him. There we go. Boom.
He's been on the mom looks pretty good, bro.
Yeah, he's been on a Filipino diet, so he's been gaining.
Is that what you're calling it?
Yeah, he's on the Filipino diet, so he's been gaining some nice gains lately.
All right, Angel, I love you.
Mira said she loved college.
See,
Yeah.
see, Mira, you're still in college.
Yep. I think college is a great experience that a lot of people are missing out on because they don't like school. I think it was really helped define me a lot.
I know.
Because I feel like there's a lot of different people you see on campus, but also I feel like sometimes people there's like not a lot of means to go to college, so people didn't have the means or they had to provide for their family at a young age. So I understand that, but I think college is definitely a good experience and something that I was super grateful for. Definitely learned a lot about balance there. And
I wanted to talk about how you said that people who don't like school don't end up going to college. I think there's such a misconception about it because honestly, there were so many people that were bad at school at college, and they just went for the experience and
got by. A lot of business majors, for example.
Hey, he's dissing business majors right now. So if you're a business major, Jason just dissed you. I'm just kidding.
You're taking a business course from a guy who doesn't have a business. So you tell me, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm telling you, there's this huge misconception that, hey, I'm gonna go to school and I'm gonna have to do all this work. There are so many classes that people took that
I remember, bro,
nothing, man.
How
many
bro.
easy classes did you have, bro?
I had a couple, but
Same.
It was more hard classes than easy. But I think
it was more hard.
It started getting easier for me when I started getting to my upper division classes. It's like, okay, all right, this is something that I want to learn.
You enjoyed
learning, but. Like I remember this one time I met this guy on the trolley and he was like, "Yeah, I'm a film major." I said, "Oh man, good luck with that, bro." I have no idea what you're gonna do with that. And then he was telling me, he's like, "Yeah, I'm in the super easy class. All we do is watch movies." And I was like, "Oh man, like."
So film majors, do you think that they would actually go on to become like directors and producers of movies? How difficult would it be to transition from a college degree into a kind of a creative director? Or would it be more beneficial to start young and just create things?
I think it'd be more beneficial to start young. Like you see a lot of people. There was this one video I was watching with this kid. He was like 14 and he was like just putting content out, being creative, making cuts, edits, and he ended up making like 6 figures, bro, in 1 year off of just being creative and putting it out there. Versus I feel like if you go to college and you go through that route. The degree is nice on the wall, but I feel like the purpose of college is to connect with. If you're going for that reason, to connect with people. So if you're an introverted person, you're doing that major because you like movies. I don't think that's a good reason to do that.
Let me tie it into kind of your job. You networked your way into an internship. Definitely. If you didn't network your way into an internship, would it be difficult to get a job?
Oh, 100%.
100%, right?
100%, bro. I don't think I would be at where I'm at right now.
Without it.
And it's crazy, bro, because like I remember I saw this video too where this girl was dating this guy for 5 years. She was saying, yeah, I'm dating this guy. He's going to be an architect.
Right.
And, towards his last year of college, he wasn't looking for internships. And I was like, are you getting complacent? Like,
right.
If you're not looking to look for internships, like I'm going to end this relationship, which I fully understand. I wouldn't want my partner as a girl, first, to get complacent and not, continue to be that go-getter that you once were when you first met him,
Okay.
Essentially. So, but to tie back into what I was saying, you got to connect with people. You got to, meet the right people, and you got to put yourself out there, and that's what kind of got me into the position I am today.
I have another question for you. You were talking about meeting the right people.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever meet the wrong people?
Oh yeah, definitely. And I worked under these people, and
No. I'm talking about in college. Because college was the time that you were talking about networking and developing and stuff. Of course, you meet like people that you don't really get along with that work, but
not necessarily the wrong people. But I saw people.
Is there anybody who strayed you down the wrong path?
No, just
No,
it was mainly myself, you know, and I got to hold myself accountable for that. When talking about you know, taking 20 units and going to school, working 2 jobs, that was, you know, self-inflicted wound, you know, at that time. And it's, you know, I had to realize like, hey, I'm doing too much, man. I'm spread too thin. But at the same time, it's like I had to pay bills and make money. And,
right.
You know, just, you know, I had to, you know, just pay for things, and it was like, it was hard, bro. So, but I realized, you know, hey, if I keep messing up, bro, my school is gonna go down, and then what was the purpose of me going to school at this point? You know, I wasted 2 years of my life, and but I guess there was people I guess I did want to stay away from. Like, you know, you could tell when you're like in class, you know, these people, you could just like when you looked at the people in the back not paying attention on their phones, and I was that guy at one point, you know.
I mean, I think all of us were.
Yeah, and
not all of us, but
you know, falling asleep in
that.
class, you know, and that was me, bro. You know, and I was like, this is not the guy I want to be, you know.
It depends on the class.
Yeah, definitely.
If it's a class I didn't care about, then yeah, probably. But if it's a class I enjoyed and the teacher was good and stuff, I'd be in the front. I'd be like, okay, this is engaging.
Right.
But if it's like professor and he hates his life and we hate being there, nobody's gonna like that classroom.
Right. But
you know?
yeah, so you know, I no longer wanted to be that guy anymore. Right. You know, so you know, it took a lot of self-realization, and I was like, you know, I gotta get this shit done, because if I don't get this shit done, then I wasted 2 years of my life, and what am I gonna do? And then I'm gonna be in that lost cycle again. So that's why I was like a little bit lost in college too.
Why do we fall, Master Bruce?
Master Bruce?
You know what that's from? Or why do we fall, Bruce? It's from The Dark Knight, and he's like, so we can learn to pick ourselves back up.
See, every time you say, it's because I'm Asian, but I think Bruce Lee, bro. What the?
No, it's a good line. Alfred says it. He's like, why do we fall, Bruce? Oh, and Bruce is dead. Bruce Wayne's dead. Mm-hmm. It's a good line. Go watch The Dark Knight. You don't remember that? Don't. Damn, bro. Fire line.
Wow.
What did Mira say? That's why I went back, which is why is one only.
Mira said one of her best friends that she did school for film dropped out after one semester, and she's been on tour with a few famous artists, and she made connections with that famous artist, and you know that she went about it this, you know, getting connected. And it's honestly, bro, I feel like a lot of the time, bro, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know.
Right.
You could, let's say, you know, you build this portfolio up. You know, if you're the best of the best, then your work will speak for itself. You know, but when you're first starting off, you know, if you start getting to know people and about who you know, and then you start, you know, developing from there, and people are realizing, oh, hey, you know, like for example, if I'm like, let's say if I was a photographer, you know, working with an NFL player and like doing a bunch of stuff, everyone's gonna be like, oh, but I want this guy too. He's like, he's shooting for an NFL player. Like, why would you know? I want him to shoot for me too. You know,
right.
So like, you know, but you also, you know, I don't know. It's complicated, bro, because you have to put out some good work too at the same time. So I think if you're going through that creative, you know, aspect, because me and you obviously didn't choose that creative side of things, where we kind of went the traditional way, where we went to school, you know, got that engineering degree, and then, you know, now we're, you know, working for somebody. But, you know, that's something that we want to kind of, you know, because we want so much more. But yeah, it's crazy.
I feel creative. I don't know about you. I mean, I think that I feels a little bit traditional, but I definitely feel creative in what I do. I always thought making stuff was basically the most creative thing, and I got to build stuff from scratch. Mm-hmm. So in my head, it was just a lot of theory, because engineers have to study theory and science and math and where everything comes from.
Right.
And I guess that's important to some degree, but application use is really important. And I always thought that once I get into the applied stuff and I start actually getting to apply my skills and apply the things that I learned and actually get to make something, that's when I found like a way to flourish. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So those are the things I was looking forward to at the end. Or even I would say on like group projects at first, I didn't really like them, but kind of towards the end I was like, okay, and now we actually get to work together. And then, you know, I got to choose people that I liked to work with, friends or people that I appreciated, and then develop friendships. So and then it's all mutual interests, right? So you and somebody else, and you guys like the same things. It ended up I ended up enjoying myself, and then in my last few years, made some really great friends. I introduced you to Fito. We got Fito, and like, I remember being on projects with him, and like, it felt like easy when you have someone there going through the same stuff that you are.
Yeah, it's where you could relate to them, you know. And I feel like you make long time friends with people you could relate to.
Yeah.
And
there was so many of them. Like,
yeah, and it's like for me now, it's like it's hard for me to relate to a lot of people because, you know, they don't deal with the same stress that I deal with, you know. So it's, you know, I feel like that's why me and you are really close, because for the long time, bro, me and you've been dealing with the kind of the same stuff all the time, bro. And so
people have their own stress. I mean, I guess you can try to have empathy towards people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I'm not having empathy, but it's more like, how can we relate? You know, when our things is a lot
so different. Yeah,
so different, and
different stages.
Yeah, and
different goals.
Different goals. Yeah, and like for me and you, you know, we always talk about, you know, buying houses or trying to go, you know, level up, or trying to, you know, find different streams of income, or, you know, just the shit we talk about, bro, or just going to the gym, bro. You know, just you know, a lot of people don't go to the gym, so
that's true.
Stuff like that, you know. So, you know, that's why me and you relate in so many ways. It
is actually kind of wild how, like, at one point in my life, I feel like I knew so many people going to the gym. Now I feel like I know nobody that goes to the gym.
And everyone flakes on you, right?
Nah, they don't.
Or they tell you no. I should say. Don't even flake. Not even flake, but just busy. You know, yeah.
Everybody's just busy, and everybody's got their own lives, and everybody's doing their own thing. So, but I feel like I was at a point where I had a lot of options to go to the gym, and now everybody, the ones that are able to go, we're on different schedules, and I'm able to go with you, you know, the 2 days a week that we can go because we're busy
with school. Yeah,
with school,
but we still make time for it.
But we do our best to make time for it. I hope that we can, you know, try to include it more if we can, and when the time becomes available.
Right. Yeah, I'm looking forward to winter break so we could get on
the grind again.
Get back on that grind again, and I signed up for classes today, so I signed up for my second CAD class.
Oh, you did? I thought you was gonna say you signed up for a gym membership, and I was like, but no.
But yeah, so I signed up for my CAD class today. They didn't have the other blueprint class, so I can't get that.
Oh, they don't have it this semester?
They don't have it this semester, so I can't get my certificate of completion for AutoCAD. So.
Dang, and you were going to try to knock it out?
Try to knock it out, yeah.
It's only 9 units for you?
Only 9 units, yeah.
That's pretty good, man. So they're making you wait another semester, I guess.
Yeah, wait another semester. So I'm going to do another 1 unit class, and it's going to be online again, so.
That's going to be so actually sick that you get a certification. That's awesome, man.
Then I got my FE exam this January 6th. I just got the date for it. Just checked on the date again. So.
Sheesh.
Yep, I've been studying for it, and hopefully it goes well. So.
6-hour test.
6-hour test.
6-hour test, everybody.
Yeah, I had to tell Mira, I was like, you can't come over on a Saturday because I'm gonna lock myself up in the room and just fucking do practice exam.
Study.
Yeah, do practice.
Study.
Exam. Not even study, just do a practice exam, bro. So just like kind of get myself in the right mental model, you know, just so like, okay, like I'm going to spend 8 hours or 6 hours on this test and just go at it for 6 hours straight and see if I can complete it.
That's kind of wild, bro. I don't think I have the motivation to do it.
Yeah, I failed it twice so far, bro. So, you know, I want to pass it this third time, and it's going to just help me progress so much in my career too. So, you know, just make, you know, get me into a better spot with my career, and then I'm able to, you know, sign and stamp on, put my stamp on things, you know, as soon as I become a PE, and it just, you know, increases my value as an engineer too. So it's gonna be good for me to have. And it's crazy because I didn't know anything.
Bro, the jobs are gonna they pay so much if you have a PE.
Oh yeah, crazy amount if you have a PE. So, and it's a nice like, you know, thing too. It's like, I'm a professional engineer, you know, so it's a nice title to have on top of that too. So,
did your professors ever encourage you to sign up for it?
Yeah, my last semester they told me like, oh, you guys should sign up before you guys get out of school because you guys have time. You guys study right now. I was like, nah, I'll just wait till I'm done with school.
Did any of your professors describe what the industry was gonna be like?
Not necessarily. They would not really.
No.
No. Yeah. No.
Yeah. Mine was the opposite. Mine was like they were like, this is how it's gonna be, and it's gonna be intense, and you're gonna have projects and deadlines, and it's gonna be stressful, blah blah blah. And
They're just trying to prepare you for the worst, essentially, huh?
I think so, or just, yeah, I guess they were just trying to prepare me so that way when I finally get a job, I'm competent.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people out there that work for a paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of them, but like I also like try to.
Yeah, a lot of people are. In majority of the
we
world
try hard too.
The paycheck, and but once you're able to step out of that and be your own boss, I think that's kind of the goal, So
Right. I don't know, man. I actually. I feel like I try really hard, and I even did that at my previous jobs. But I did realize that at like some point that even the people that aren't trying as hard, they would still make a good amount of money without the same amount of effort. Same in school. There are people who like got by and they didn't put in as much effort, and basically less effort and same outcome.
Right.
And it was always kind of frustrating in a way.
No, that is a bit frustrating because it's like, why is someone making so much more, making the same amount of money and not putting the amount of effort I'm putting,
And sometimes I did that to myself too. Like I was like, okay, well, if they're not going to do the effort, I'm not going to do the effort, and I'm going to get the same outcome.
Yeah.
And then I do, right, and I get the outcome that I wanted.
But you weren't happy about it. Or fulfilled, I should say.
I would say maybe I didn't get the most out of it. Like maybe I didn't learn something, and then I go into the next class and I'm like, damn, maybe if I did try harder, I would understand this more, and it would help me now.
That's kind of the crossroads I'm at with my job right now. It's where it's like I'm putting in a lot of effort, and,
right.
And it's taking me a lot more because it's a different field of work from what I was working in. So,
okay.
But it didn't come easy, and it's starting to make sense to me now, and I'm grateful that I went through that, and learning through that now, and it took me a lot more effort and to get to where I'm at now, more time, and obviously I wasn't the happiest about it, and it sucks to see someone else get it a lot more quick, but my dad always told me growing up, it's like from doing the best you learn the most too, so
True.
Yeah, so that's kind of how the way I'm learning right now. So,
hey brother, this is kind of out of the blue, but what did you say you were doing Saturday? Whose birthday is it?
Steven's
birthday.
It was his birthday yesterday.
Shout out Steven.
Yeah, it was Steven's birthday.
How old is he gonna be?
I think he's gonna be 21.
21?
Mm-hmm. Angel said, "Jacob, give your best promo."
My best promo? What am I trying to promote?
Yeah, I guess like here, do this. You're gonna do an ad or your shout out for this cup right here. It's called Snapdragon Stadium. Sponsorship.
Go to snapdragon.com. Put our link in.
The Jaywalkers.
Put our promotional code in. The Jaywalkers. You'll get 10%
off.
You'll get 10% off your tickets to the women's soccer team. They're trash. No, I'm just kidding. Don't clip that.
I'm definitely getting clipped.
No, but I don't know if this is what is this this is a hard take, but are women's sports as good as men's?
They don't bring as much revenue.
Okay. You did the politically correct answer.
Yes, they don't bring as much revenue, and so no. If they brought an equal amount of revenue, but it's not as interesting to watch because there's such a
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Honestly,
a difference in comparison of athleticism.
This is just a me thing, but the older I get, the less I care about sports.
Yeah, no, I don't watch sports as much either.
Yeah,
it's crazy because it's
and
hard
like
for
we
me to
appreciate
relate.
sports. Like we like it, we like playing it.
Yeah, but watching is kind of boring.
Just watching it seems just like a waste of time to me now.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Unless you're gambling on it.
Yeah. I mean, or like fantasy.
Jason, say them plus or minus. Get your price picks. Oh, we're doing a price picks promo now.
Shut up.
Use the Jaywalkers code.
Let me see if my plays went through. They gave me $100 off.
Use code NELK. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, shout out Nelk, bro. You can use code Nelk.
You could use code Nelk. Then match $100.
They give you 100.
And
Spend 100, get 100.
Just say the Jaywalkers directed you there, like they're gonna ask, but.
No, I don't know what it is, bro. But honestly, I really like sports. I really enjoyed playing it. If I'm there, I like the environment.
So like
right?
watching it live in person, but not watching it on TV.
Just watch it on TV. You know, I don't know. And it is definitely a hard take because there are people that freaking love sports, bro. Like people go crazy for football.
Well, yeah, no,
they really
dude,
do.
It's crazy because my coworkers, bro, they love it. All of them, they watch it. Like they spend their whole time watching football. I was like,
that's crazy. I'm surprised because engineers, you know, like. Bro, all the engineers I work with, I don't think any of them watch any sports.
Yeah, all of them watch sports, and I'm not the big like when growing up as a kid, it used to be like a family tradition to watch football because we cheered the Chargers on, but the Chargers left, just stopped caring, you know. So
doesn't San Diego pretty much hate the Chargers now? I mean, most
people don't like the Chargers. I'm still a Chargers fan, but I'm not a diehard like I used to be. Like I used to watch the games all the time. So I think that's part of the reason why I kind of stopped watching sports. And I'll tune into a basketball game every once in a while. Like, but for the most part, bro, like I feel like we're just too busy with things going, going on in life. Yeah,
life is
and it's just, just on the go all the time. And then,
right.
I feel like a lot of people, sports is fun to watch in person, but I also get bored. Like I was watching the game with Eric last weekend, and I was like watching it, and I was like,
which game?
It was the Texas versus
the Texans.
Texas. It was Texas versus
Texas. Who though?
Texas University versus Texas.
Oh,
State.
You're watching college.
Yeah, we're watching college football.
I was like, whoa, what?
So it was something that was exciting for me to see was I guess like kind of got me hyped was seeing. It was Arch Manning. He got into the game. And then so he was like kind of like that was his first play ever, so it was kind of like history. So that was kind of cool to watch. I was like, okay, cool. Like this is Eli Manning, Peyton Manning's nephew.
Yeah.
First time touching the college field. So I was like, okay, this is like history. But
that's pretty sick.
I feel like, but for the most part, I don't know. I just don't go out of my way.
Are you a Manning? Like you like the Manning brothers? And
I don't really care too much.
I really liked them growing up. I remember my dad liking them, and then I was like, "Damn, they are pretty good quarterbacks."
Not gonna say they weren't good, but they're phenomenal. They Brady beat the Chargers all the time. The Mannings always beat the Chargers. So I'm not gonna say they were good.
Everybody ripped on Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, everyone fucking ripped on Rivers. I love Rivers. He was my dog, bro. He could take a hit, bro.
Yeah. Is that all he was good for?
And throwing interceptions too, but he was my dog, so I love that guy. But he has like 7 or he has like 10 kids, bro, something like that, bro. He's very fertile.
Not to change the subject, but I was gonna ask you another thing. So since this is in the beginning, right? Mm-hmm. Are there any conspiracy theories that you're starting to believe?
You're segueing me into this. Okay, I'm starting to believe in the flat Earth.
Let's go.
I already knew he was gonna bring that.
Let's go. Let's go. I got one.
It's crazy, but like
I got one.
I didn't. I just recently I just don't believe in the government nowadays. So it's like I started looking into things myself, and it's like, should I trust that the moon is really right there?
But believe in the government or believe the government? Because
I believe in the government for the people, but not believe the government. Like everything they tell us is like, oh, we should follow everything they say. Fuck that. No, bro. Yeah, no.
But I think part of us has to I hope our government just levels up in the next.
Well, yeah. I mean,
fucking year.
Yeah, I don't know. The way it's looking, it looks like America's going to a third world country pretty soon. So just
election year might be next year might be the most important election that our country faces. I mean,
I definitely agree with you.
So.
I don't want to go to World War III, man. We're at that age, so hopefully we don't go.
You think we'll get drafted? 26?
Praying to Jesus Christ, we don't, man. But
I think we're too valuable. I think they want to keep engineers on.
Maybe they might put us at a desk job with the military. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe not. I don't know. What would an environmental engineer do for the military?
Oh, the way the drainage comes out.
Maybe. Oh, bro. What if you had to design a water supply system?
That'd be sick.
That'd be crazy.
Or hey, we're gonna flood our enemy out. Make how are we gonna build a secret dam?
Bro, when was the last dam made in the United States? Don't they not make dams anymore? I don't think they make dams anymore.
I'm not sure, bro. But there's a lot. There was this video I saw actually the other day that they made this new flood thing where basically like water enters the ground, and then it'll infiltrate, and then once it starts infiltrating, it'll go into like this like little channel, and then from the channel the water starts building up, and then it starts building a gate up, and the gate gets lifted up, and then water doesn't pass through that gate, so that people protect their houses from flooding that way.
Interesting.
It does like a little wall. So it was interesting to see. I was like, oh yeah, because I bet that freaking.
So they built a moat.
Essentially, yeah.
It's like a moat around their house, kind of.
Yeah, essentially.
Made your house higher than the land around you.
Not even the house higher. It just put a wall around your house.
Oh, just a wall. Oh,
yeah, just a wall. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
So
I thought it was more
penetrate.
like you dug like a trench around your house, and then the water would fill it up.
It does fill up because it'll infiltrate, but it brings the fence up so that the water doesn't pass that fence line. And it brings that fence line is gonna be like, I think it's like 3 feet high. So you got another good 3 feet of head or what's the word I'm looking for? Freeboard. So three good feet of freeboard. So yeah, it's nice.
Interesting. So you would be useful to the military in times of crisis.
Probably not. Jason, you're blind, overweight.
No.
You went to the military. You're gonna go to the front lines.
Hey, bro, can you shoot?
Can you shoot? No, I can't see straight. Something's wrong with my left
Like,
eye.
I can shoot. I just don't know where I'm shooting.
Yeah. So and I just started believing in the firmament, and it says in the Bible that there's a firmament. So just started looking more into it, and I was like, yeah, mate, I think the Earth is flat. So started to believe it, and I think just the way things are.
I'm glad, man.
Yeah. I remember when Jacob used to tell me this. I'm like, bro, this guy's crazy, bro. What the hell is he talking about?
Nobody believed me when I was 18 and 19.
What the hell is this guy talking about?
Bro, I've been believing it for like 8 years now. It's
What
crazy.
got you into the flat Earth?
You know what it was? I was super into like figuring out about aliens and just all kinds of crazy
NASA.
stuff. Yeah, NASA. I was super into NASA at one point, and I was like, dang, what if I could be an electronics engineer for NASA one day? It'd still probably be kind of cool to do it.
So you could get on the inside to see if the world's flat or not.
I already worked for like Northrop and General Atomics, and they're, government contracted entities, and
yeah, they get clearance codes. I remember that.
You don't see what you're building ever, and there's nobody knows the end result besides maybe the guy with the button, like
the big red button.
Yeah, the big red button. Like other than that, nobody knows what you're making. I mean, you do, like generally, I think but I never saw anything I ever did, so it was. I don't know. It just made me distrust.
So,
there's a lot of distrust that I built.
You were only working on the smaller parts of the bigger project, and you only understood the smaller parts, not the bigger parts.
Who knows? Maybe when I'm older and I'm more experienced and I go back, maybe I'll get to work on something cool. But until then, I built a lot of distrust. And then, I don't know, just go look at all the moon landing stuff. It just looks so fake. And I was like, damn, my video games look better than this. Nowadays, if you can do what they do in order to make movies look so realistic,
CGI.
who's to say they can't do that on the TV?
Yeah, CGI.
It just everything seems like it all blends, and then the government's trying to tell us that aliens are real.
I'm curious on how didn't they live stream from the moon?
Sheesh. I don't know. I don't know if that was
it was
that a
recorded.
stream?
Huh?
I think maybe it was a recorded image, and they sent the recording to us.
Okay.
I think the sound was recorded, so they were recording sound, like the message, right? He's like, one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind, or whatever, But I think that message was sent. But I don't know about footage or imagery. All that seems fake to me. Seems like it was done in a room. I don't know. And then also, if you just start to like kind of think about the world that we live in, I don't know.
Why is nobody able to go to Antarctica?
Yeah, I mean that too. Yeah, nobody really goes to Antarctica.
Yeah.
I mean,
because there's a wall.
NATO built there's like a treaty that nobody can go there, and I don't know, just got all kinds of weird stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's people in power for a reason, bro. So
I always thought that, like, when I read the Bible, I think it's more relatable than anything.
You know
Like-
what? The first time I ever heard a conspiracy theory other than the one you told me was from my coworker. His name's Todd,
Okay.
and he was telling me, he was like, "Hey, Jason, have you ever heard of the Big Seven?" I was like, Big Seven? What do you mean the Big Seven?
Hell, what? I don't even know what you're talking. Is that like
Yeah.
7 Wonders of the World?
No, he was talking about the 7 big families of the world, and he started telling me about these.
The Rothschild.
Yeah, he started telling me about the big 7 families that run the world, and then I was like, dude, there's no way. He's like, yep, that's how the world works. And
There was a crazy video, kind of related to that I watched when I was a freshman in college. This guy that I used to kind of room. I didn't room with him exactly, but he lived down the hall from me. His name was Nick. Shout out Nick. Shout out Nick. He showed me this crazy video about how our private banking system works in America, and it's all centered around families like that, like big families that control industry.
the automobile industry.
Yeah, the automobile, the oil industry. Who's the guy who did all the railroad stuff? Him. Who else?
Because they were trying to stop Rockefeller.
The Rockefeller, the Rockefeller family. I don't know, but basically, to me, when you look at all those things, it's all pointed to something kind of mischievous and bad, right? An opportunity for them to gain wealth, but at like people's expense. And I don't know if people like only people with bad intentions are, come up with bad things. So I don't know, and they want you to believe it in order to get distracted from the truth.
Right. Do you feel like the state of the world that we're in, you know how back in the day they didn't want people having a monopoly, right? Do you feel like
A monopoly.
Yeah. Do you feel like that's happening more often than not nowadays versus, just people found loopholes around it?
Can you say that again?
You know how, because the reason why the Rockefeller is such a big name is because they created a monopoly. So they're the only ones in power
For their
all the money.
business.
Yeah, for the businesses. Do you feel like there's still like a monopoly going on with other industries?
Yeah, the housing market is a good example. Big companies are kind of coming in and taking over and owning a lot of the different houses and properties and making the little people like me and you difficult, harder to buy and afford a house.
Yeah, so you're saying that monopoly still exists?
Yeah, 100%. Well, in that aspect, I'm not really versed in all the other types of industries. I just saw that as an example because I feel like I'm directly affected by my ability to buy a house. But for other things,
well, like for example, when I look at I guess where I was looking upon is like when you look at BlackRock and everything they own, like they control a lot of the market, like all the big name market brands. So would that consider, I would consider that
when
a
you
monopoly.
say big name market brand,
Like Johnson and Johnson,
Johnson.
food brands like Kroger, stuff like that. So if someone's able to control that, that many,
100, dude,
that I would consider that a monopoly in itself too,
bro, big pharma, all that stuff, the food industry, all that is monopolized and controlled. Where's most of our food sourced from? Just think about that, bro.
GMOs.
The food I eat every day, I would say there's maybe I swear I don't even know where it comes from.
Yeah.
I don't know where it comes from. I was gonna say there's a 50% chance, but honestly, I don't know where my food comes from.
There's this guy I was watching actually, and he was like super overweight, and he had a bad eating addiction. Like he was constantly eating out, and then he made a hard rule for himself. He's like, I'm not gonna eat anything that wasn't made 500 years ago. So, for example, he would eat like chicken, like meats, meats, beans.
So
fruits,
no McDonald's,
no McDonald's, no processed food. Bro, he lost
crackers.
Yeah,
no,
he lost so much weight, bro. He lost like, if I remember correctly, like 50 pounds.
How often do you eat food that is like a 21st century thing, or like 20th century thing?
I think a lot, bro.
Yeah,
I think it's hard not to, bro, because we're on it all the time. Like for example, chips. Snacks, ice cream, what else? I don't know. There's just a lot of things that, like protein shakes. For example, even protein shakes. Protein bars, all that stuff didn't exist, back in the day. So I feel like I do eat a lot of 21st century food, probably every day, most like, but if I think the way he looked at it was interesting. Like, hey, I'm only gonna put what was here 500 years ago, because this is what everyone else did, and
right.
These people lived a good life, So that's kind of a good philosophy to take on,
Shit, we got Jacob. Still same. Jacob, give your best promo.
Yep.
My best promo. I don't know what would I promote if it was. What would you promote if you had a chance to promote something, and make money on it? What would you promote?
Probably like if I was to get like an ad, or like someone wanted to do an ad for me, something I would promote, something I enjoy talking about, like getting to talk about video games. Or
do you promote a video game? What video game?
I don't know, just any game that I'm playing, I guess. Like, if just depends on the content, I guess, if I would like the game myself or not. Or
I want to promote like Gymware eventually.
Gymware, yeah, like
Gymware would be so dope.
Reptile stuff.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So I have a bunch of reptile stuff. So.
How do you promote like reptile stuff though?
Just talk about, hey, for all you reptile keepers, if you guys keep reptiles, this is da 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 da. Because I think where a lot of podcasts kind of fall into an issue is that I feel like a lot of podcasts just talk about kind of like one topic, So for example, like, we're a podcast about dogs, so all we talk about is dogs. So they get a bunch of people who listen about dogs, talk about dogs, and then they get dog sponsorships. So here's this collar, here's a sponsorship, use my code.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like,
where is
he's chilling. Yeah, narrowing down their crowd just to dog owners. So
right.
And that's where people, and that's how they get sponsorship. So I guess I think the only way for me to get a successful video game sponsorship is like if I'm playing video games and streaming it and stuff like that.
What was the game that you played all the time? That was dinosaurs and stuff.
Ark. I played a lot of Ark. Yeah.
Ark.
Yeah, they just released a new game. I want to buy it, but it's $60 right now, and I'm like,
a new Ark.
Yeah, it's they updated the graphics and
dang.
Yeah. And then there's this other game I've been watching. It's called Inscription. And I was like, it's like a card game, bro. This looks pretty badass. So
really?
Yeah, I want to check that game out too. So
I want to play Dead Space so bad.
Yeah, the graphics I think they upped the graphics on that game too. So
yeah, they did. They released it in like.
Did you get yourself a PS5
this year? No, I didn't. Hey, Mom, Dad.
For Christmas, Jacob wants a PS5. Should have gone on Black Friday.
Was it actually on sale? Because I saw I looked and it was still $500, and it said sale. Yeah, and I saw there's like this thing that Black Friday sales are actually a scam nowadays. That they just bump up the price and then call it sale, and it's literally the same price as the day before.
It just says
sale.
The big red letters sale.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like Black Friday is really faded out nowadays. I guess maybe Amazon.
Black Friday back in the day, bro, used to be crazy, bro. I went one time with my mom, bro. We went back in like 2013, I think, 2012. And I went with my mom, bro. We were in line, bro, at fucking like 10 p.m., bro, in line with Walmart waiting on Thursday night.
Got crazy too, bro. People were like fight each other over shit.
And then I remember I got like a... what did I get? I got a laptop, bro, and it's a laptop and an Xbox, and I was holding it. And then this guy got all crazy on me, bro. My mom's like, "You don't be fucking talking to a fucking child like that. What the fuck is wrong with you?" Blah blah blah.
He was mad that you had an Xbox.
Yeah, because I was like, and because there was like the way they did it was they had different lines to different things. So I got in line before him, and he got mad at me for that, getting in line before him, because I think it was the last Xbox that they're handing out. So I was the last one in the line for it. He's like getting all crazy on me. So yeah, my mom had to check him for me.
That's crazy, bro. That's kind of scary.
I was like, what, 14, 13 at the time. So
I remember going into Walmart and
on Black Friday.
Yeah, on Black Friday, it was just crazy. I remember I could barely walk through the store one time, and there was like got people around us holding like the TVs like above their head in line, and I'm like standing there, I'm like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, people get very primal when it comes to sales or
Yeah.
something. I don't know. I worked too damn hard to not get this deal.
Kind of felt like a riot, and
Yeah.
like in Walmart, and I'm like, oh, dude, I can't do this.
Yeah, maybe that's why they stopped the deals going so crazy.
That and then just online shopping just blew up.
Yeah, yeah. I'm super thankful for online shopping. I was able to get a couple things up there too. So
Yeah.
but I actually did a lot of my Christmas shopping
Already?
in person this year. Yeah,
In person?
I want to say I did about 50, me and Mary did about 50%. So
I only have bought my sister something so far. I bought it online.
nice.
I don't know what to get anybody else, so if you have ideas, put them in the chat. Well, what should I get? What should I get my mom and my dad? I don't think they'll watch the stream, so.
Casino gift card.
Oh, 100%.
Staycation at a casino, bro.
I should just give them a fucking casino or a slot machine in our house.
A
So
slot
they never
machine
leave.
in your house?
And then they win Jacob Bucks, and
Jacob Bucks.
and every time they win, I just give them a hug. And they just take Jacob Bucks to me, and I was like, all right, here, mom and dad, I'll give you a hug. But I used to make fake money when I was a little kid.
Uh-huh.
And I would give my parents fake money for Christmas, and it would literally be like, "Yo, you get a hug from Jacob."
They're like, "Oh, give me a hug."
Yeah, they're like, my dad in his head, he's probably like,
How old were you when you? When was the last time you gave that? How old were you?
I had to have been like 5 or 6. I was so little.
Okay.
I wasn't like a teenager doing
Okay.
anything.
Quick question: when was the last time you like played with toys? What age were you?
Bro, I still have them. No, I'm just kidding.
They're just adult toys now. No, I'm just kidding.
That's only for the girls, bro. I know you got toys, bro.
It vibrates a little bit.
Hey, bro, that's a toothbrush. Bro.
No, but seriously, when was the last time you played with toys, bro?
Bro, I couldn't give you a time, but I don't know. Fuck, man.
Bro,
I
was in high school, bro.
High school, really? You would like what kind of toys though?
It was
What
like
kind?
Legos, bro. I was playing with Legos.
I think Legos are a little bit different because you can build things.
I was playing with Legos till high school.
Okay, I don't think that's that bad. You know,
Well, because it's crazy, bro. Cause
you
like,
can build things with Lego. I meant like a actual like an action like an action.
Oh,
figure.
you're thinking about action.
Yeah,
figures.
I was thinking about action figures.
Okay, I think just anything. I think Legos is described as a toy. That's why. So,
Bro, people like old still play with Legos.
yeah, true.
You can design like all kinds of cool stuff with Legos.
Bro, one time, bro. Oh my god.
I was talking to this girl recently, and she had a Lego design of a 1967 Mustang Fastback in her room, and it looks sick as fuck, bro. I was like, what
Oh, she
the
bought the model.
Oh, it was bought. I don't have no idea.
There's bro. I have a fucking McLaren. I built a McLaren.
Oh, you built one too?
Yeah,
I had
that's
no
all
idea.
broke- it's
I just
broken
saw
now.
it in her room, and I was like, bro, that is so sick. I didn't know
called?
that wasn't that you. I guess you can buy it. I don't know.
What's it called? But yeah, no. There's this one time, bro. I was in the 8th grade, bro, and so we had a bunch of like I growing up, we had a bunch of Legos, right? And I built, bro, this plane, bro. It was the sickest plane ever. Jojo was like, bro, this is like no instructions, made everything super symmetrical, super sick ass plane, fucking beast ass plane, bro. And then like we had a party at my house, and then
How old were you guys?
I was like 12, I think, at the
12.
time. And my Jojo was like, dude, this is badass plane. Like he didn't even want to touch it no more. And then
Yeah.
where I fucked up was I should have super glued everything, but I left it on my desk. I come back, bro. My cousin.
Fell.
I came back. We had a party. Came back. My cousin fucked with my fucking design, bro.
Like bad?
Completely fucked up the design, and I could not remember the design for the life of me, bro. So I was fucking pissed off, bro. And then Jojo was like, "Yeah, he fucked up your fucking design, bro." I was so pissed, bro.
Was that a thing? When you were young, and family came over, like cousins,
Mm-hmm.
and you have like toys, game station, like PlayStation, Xbox. Would your parents be like, you have to let your cousins play with them?
No, yeah,
Bro, I had my either my Xbox 360 or a PS2,
Mhm.
and I remember my parents were like, you gotta let your younger cousins like play with them, and I was like,
Why?
What? I was like, why? And I didn't want to, like, I had all my saved games and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I remember, like, a couple times I feel like I had a couple younger cousins come and play. I don't remember if they messed up my games or nothing, but I remember feeling like I didn't want them to, and my mom kind of getting mad at me. And I was kind of like, I just felt like.
Yeah, all my cousins that came over were about my age, so.
That's cool.
Like, we always played, like, if we played games, we would all be together, so. It
That's
wasn't
cool.
like, I didn't have super young cousins. It wasn't until, like, I want to say, like, high school.
Mhm.
That's when I started having super young cousins, but they were girls, so they weren't really into video games. And I didn't have, like, younger boy cousins. So, my sister's actually really into video games, but the reason why I was asking this question was because I was, like, doing some Christmas shopping this year, and both my sisters, bro, neither of them want toys, bro. They wanted the fucking high-end gifts. I'm like, bro, you guys are crazy. When I was your age, I was playing with toys.
Toys,
though,
yeah.
So.
I want to say for me, it was probably when I entered 6th grade, I probably stopped because I started doing things that were a little bit more active. Like I would scooter to school, bike to school, skateboard to school. So I started like wanting to get more involved, and then like
hang out with your friends.
Yeah, hung out with my friends. I took soccer a little bit more seriously when I started getting older, and then like school started getting a little bit harder. I remember my parents even pushing me to like take the most advanced math that they could, like put me in at a young age, and I don't know, I think I just end up losing like the time to play with toys.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure I still have a bunch. I feel like they're all in my parents' garage. I don't think we sold, we sold some probably, but I feel like I still have a lot, honestly, somewhere. I know I have like a bunch of like Marvel characters. Like I have the Hulk, Spider-Man. I had so many Spider-Mans. A lot of Spider-Mans and a lot of Hulks. I had a lot of cars too, like
Hot Wheels
and stuff. Yeah. Trying to think what else. I think that was about it. One of the things that I did a lot when I was young was I played on the stairs in my house.
Like you would like slide down the stairs.
Yeah, like
or like make a like
or
use the towel and just slide down, or just,
yeah.
I used to do that shit too.
And I would like have an imagination, like I'm imagining myself in like a different world.
Did you ever build like a fortress?
Yeah,
on the couches?
build forts. Yeah, couch forts all the time. Slept in them or whatever, and then I used to like buy the lightsabers, the ones that you just like flick open. I think they still sell them, but you flick open the lightsabers, and I'd pretend that I was a Jedi and like run around my house and,
have a lightsaber battle.
Yeah, but with myself, because my sister didn't play. Nah, my sister never did any of that stuff. I don't even know what my sister did for fun, honestly. I don't think she really had. She probably had dolls when she was really young, but I don't know what my sister actually. She made a lot of like jewelry. My sister would make bracelets and stuff. She didn't really like video games. I remember I would always, the games that I would get her to play though were all the Lego games, Lego video games.
Oh, Lego games. Yeah, those are like for everybody. That's why everyone would want to play that. Like Lego Star Wars.
Yep, Lego Star Wars
was fun.
Or like, she was like into Guitar Hero a little bit.
Guitar Hero is fun. I've been trying to buy a Rock Band for the longest, bro.
You would rather do Rock Band?
Yeah, bro. It's so fun, bro.
Rock Band a little bit more.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Except you get the drums and the mic. Yeah. You start singing.
That's true. If I was, do they have it still on like modern, like Xbox? Do they have like modern?
Well, I was like looking it up for sale, bro, but nothing was coming up. So it was pretty.
Like on the new Xbox, on the Series X, they have Rock Band.
I don't think so, bro. But I was trying to get the old one on the PlayStation 2 or like the PlayStation 3. Could not find it. Bro, everything was selling for a fucking crazy amount of price. People were reselling it like crazy,
I still have Guitar Hero 1, 2, and 3, and I have
for what?
For PlayStation 2.
Bro, do you have all the like you have all the
I only have one guitar.
Oh, you don't have the drums?
I don't have good drums.
Damn.
I don't have drums.
Damn.
I have one guitar. And yeah, so it was so funny because back in the day, like it would be either me or my sister on the guitar, and the other would play with the controller. It was so easy on the controller because you're just like this, like strumming the instrument, pressing the button. Yeah. It was so easy. So the person with the controller always won no matter what, or like played the best. It was hilarious. Yeah.
You ready to call it?
What time is it?
It is 11:20.
11:20.
We've been streaming for an hour 15.
We need some final words from you, Jason.
Final words.
Final words. In the beginning, in the end.
There's an end. No.
In the beginning, we ended.
Yeah. Well, I think this was.
It ain't over before it's over.
Honestly, this was kind of all over the place, but we got to talk about we
Yeah, it was pretty good.
The beginning, and I think we had a good podcast. So
I think it was pretty good. Yeah,
but
I sometimes think we might lose people when we talk about our jobs and our careers a little bit. So I think we should be a little bit more like have a little bit more sense of a direction when we're talking about like goals, things like that.
Right.
I think we should include more fun things to talk about, like at the end what we were doing, we're kind of like jumping around, talking about our past experiences or things like that. But I think it's good to include a little bit of both. And I think I also like how we started with a Bible verse. I would like to do that.
I agree.
At least once a podcast. Throw it in and see how we can relate to it.
Mm-hmm.
We can always review the Bible verse of the day too, if you want to do that. Let me do it.
Mm.
That's kind of nice too.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
well,
man.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for checking us out.
Yep.
Please like and subscribe and
shout out everybody.
Shout out to everyone that joined. Thank you again, and hope you had a great Thanksgiving. And we'll see you soon.
Next week.
Ciao.